What is up, good people? It's your girl, Nikki P. Thank you for stopping by my channel where I've been sharing my journey about becoming the best version of myself and striving to stop just dreaming about my dream reality and to actually start living it. So, it is still February, and I have chosen the theme of leading with my heart space this month. And so every week, I've been talking about something different in regards to leading with that space. And today, I wanted to specifically talk about listening to your intuition and trusting your instincts. To me, that is part of leading with your heart space. When we get in our head, we start thinking too much, and we'll talk ourselves right out of a decision that we know in here is the right decision, but up here, because we think of all the logical reasons as to why this should be whatever it should be, we wind up not doing what it is that we said. And so that has been, I don't know if I really want to call it a struggle necessarily in my life, at least not completely a struggle. I have been blessed extremely with a very good sense of intuition. When I was really little, I used to think it was psychic. I used to call myself that because there would be times where I could just feel so strongly something was about to happen, and I didn't have language for why I felt like it was about to happen. Like, I just knew it was about to happen. I could just sense things around me. And I think that as I've gotten older, I my voice, my intuition, my inner voice, that voice has become just a little bit softer, and I'm constantly hearing the voices of my family, my friends, social media, all the things, even people with their good intentions telling me something. If I share a particular thing, they're telling me things based on their own experience. And sometimes I would find myself like listening more to what they had to say and not listening to my own gut, my own intuition. And I'm better with that now, but I do still have some times where I find myself like doubting my own intuition, because I say it quite frequently. I'm like, but it doesn't make sense. But it doesn't make sense. But it doesn't make sense. And I had something happen last week where I had to trust my intuition and just go with my intuition. And I did, but then I was beating myself up about it. And I was just like, well, Nikki, why did you make that choice? Like, is it possible that you weren't looking at this the right way? And in my mind, I started coming up with all these different reasons, all these different excuses. I didn't even want to tell anybody about it because I thought I was doing all the thinking for everybody else for them. And I just kept saying to myself, oh no, I had to be wrong because it didn't make sense. It didn't make sense. And how come it didn't make sense? And I was talking to my sister about it, and my sister was just like, so you trusted your gut. That's what you're supposed to do. Like, there's no ifs, ands, buts, or anything wrong about what you did. Like, you trusted your instinct and you made a decision based off of that. That's what you were supposed to do. And so after she said that, that caused me to sit and like really think about that and think about every day, like really leading with that, like leading with my intuition, and making more decisions with my intuition in mind. And then the second part to that is just trusting that deep down that my intuition is guiding me the way that I'm supposed to be led, and not overthink the logic or lack of logic as to why I feel this way. Because the thing is, usually I actually am not really wrong. Like, there are many times where I sense something about people, and sometimes because I can't actually like put language around it, Because if I say to somebody else, like, I'm really not feeling this person, the first question they'll ask me is why. And I don't have an actual why other than I'm just not feeling it. And I'll feel bad, like I'm supposed to actually have like a list of reasons that I can articulate to this person to justify and rationalize my, my whole thought process of why I feel this way about this person. And I don't have it. And so there'll be times where I'm like, well, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just doing too much. Maybe I'm being triggered. Maybe just, do all these things, go through all these things in my head. But then later on, this person does something that is literally on brand with what I thought they were, and I'm right. So I bring all that up to say that trusting your intuition, trusting your gut, like, I really think that that is essential for us really creating the life that we want, because I think that we have been so conditioned to do things a certain way and to find all the logical reasons for why we should do things a certain way, and we're discouraged from doing something that we feel like doing. Like we're really taught to kind of like just disregard our emotion, take emotion out of it, and think logically about the steps. And I really think that that's just the wrong way to be. Like, I really truly believe that these softer skills, like, intuition and being able to draw from your emotion, draw from creativity, all the things that fall more on the lines of like feminine energy and those things. I really feel like that is the key to us really loving the life that we live. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just have to just do stuff just because it's fun to do. It doesn't have to have a logical reason as to why you do it. In a world, so much data, so many facts, so there's this and then there's that, and cause and effect, and sometimes it's just like, it's like, you know how when we're kids just do stuff, just they not thinking about why they doing it. They literally are leading with their heart. Like, you really want to look at a good example of leading with your heart space and just doing stuff just because it feels good in here, listening to your gut, listening to your intuition. Watch a kid. Like, literally watch kids like play. Watch them just do stuff. You want to talk about leading by like just intuition? Kids just do stuff. They do stuff, and they really don't have the language to say like why they moved in this particular way, why they picked this particular toy, why they did this. They just do it. It's instinct. It's intuition. It's like something. It's that sixth sense. It's the third eye. It's all of those things, and I swear we just lose that as we become adults because we so busy adulting. And I think we should get it back. You know what I mean? And I vow right now on this video, out loud for the world to hear me, I am committing to listening to my intuition and not second guessing it. If I see it here, I'm going to trust it. I'm going to trust my gut. And I think that you should do that too. Is there something that you really, really want to do, want to try? And it may not go with anything else that you're doing in your life. It may not fall in line with any of those other things. But do you feel some deep down like desire, just somewhere in the pit of your stomach, just something pulling you toward a certain thing? I challenge you to lean into that, because that's the challenge that I'm giving myself daily. Another challenge I'm going to put out there is, as you get into your evening routine and before you go to bed, pray however it is that you connect with spirit, like, ask that question. Use that time to really tap into your intuition and to see like what decisions do you need to make. It's actually probably really good to do that in the morning to set the tone for your day. Like, how should I plan out my day? How should I show up today? Ask those questions, and like, even if you don't get the answer right away, like, just put those questions out into the atmosphere, put that out into the universe, and then trust that your intuition will guide you in making the right decisions for whatever it is that you need to do day to day. Doesn't that sound nice? Doesn't that sound nice? It's not even pressure, really. It's really not, because it's something that we all naturally have. It's just that for some of us we have to try harder to tap into it because we've been so groomed to look externally and not internally. And looking internally is where you need to be to figure out what you need to do. Okay, that is it for me this evening. Thank you so much for spending time with me. If you like what you hear, please do me a favor and click the like button for me. I appreciate so much if you would do that for me. Also, subscribe if you've been checking me out and anything that I say resonates with you. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. I appreciate each and every last one of y'all. Y'all take care, and I will see you next time.